How are we, boys and girls? Welcome to the Going Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Braam Hein, Crazy Koala on all social medias, and here we'll be deep diving on all things health and wellness related. Big time. Look at this. First ever drink on the podcast. Not sponsored. Ready for this? Wait, put it in the mic. Was that hello? Was that ASMR? I think so. Is it good? Nope. It's not great. Honestly, it's not bad. It's just lime. It's called Recess Mood. I don't know. It's just got like magnesium and adaptogens in it, like L-theanine, to help you relax and I don't even know. It's just help you sleep at night, basically. I tried it out one time. That flavor was alright, but I just saw it in Target today. And I was like, I'm trying that flavor. It's gonna be a fantastic time. In other news, I don't know, last episode I talked about how I dropped 5 pounds accidentally over like a week. I'm down another 3. So down out 8 pounds in 2 weeks. I'm assuming a lot of that's water, but I feel great. It's the way it's coming off quickly. I just kind of decided the other day that I'm just going to do a mini cut. My girlfriend made fun of me for like, oh, you call it a mini cut? Whatever, shut up. Anyway, but I feel great doing it. And so I'm down to like 207 right now, and I'm pretty much chilling. I don't know. I don't really know what the goal is for this because I'm not really trying to get mad lean. But look, we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna keep doing it until I feel not good, and then I'm gonna stop, and then kind of maintain whatever weight that is. And then because I'm happy with where I'm at right now, but obviously you can get leaner, you can get more diced, and get a little bit more defined. But other than that, I'm feeling good, dude. Episode 22. I'm gonna be probably filming a few episodes in advance just to kind of get ahead of the schedule a little bit. Oh, hit the table. Sorry. And then the rest content will still be booming out. I've kind of made a lot of videos in advance when I have to keep reposting stuff because I know previously the past like few weeks there's been a few days where I just needed to get something out, so I kind of reposted one of the old videos, and I don't like doing that. I like posting new stuff as much as I can, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, that's gonna be hopefully a lot more new content coming out on all the socials, and then this as well. And then I don't know. I thought about experimenting with like some more YouTube videos, like maybe not some day in the lives, but like some what I eat in a day, how I train, or kind of maybe like some routine stuff. Not anything crazy, just kind of like the generic stuff. But I feel like it's just good to show what sometimes some days are, what some days are different, that kind of stuff. So let me know if you guys want to see that. But if you don't, I don't care. I won't do it then. You know what I mean? So either way, it's cool. Today's episode, Biohacking, episode 22. Biohacking. What's biohacking? As I take a sip of my not very good drink. Biohacking has been pretty popularized in the past, a few years, but pretty recently, the past 6 months, it's been pretty, because Bryan Johnson is kind of the king of biohacking. He's trying to reverse his age by biohacking. And all biohacking is just hacking your biology through different means, through different ways to get the most benefits or the most performance benefits. I mean, the biggest biohacking thing is steroids. That's the pinnacle of biohacking. It's literally changing your biology to get increased benefits. There obviously are a plethora of disadvantages to it. That's one of them. And there's obviously a scale of biohacking. There's this scale, which is very, very simple stuff that everyone can do, everyone can implement, which is what I'll be talking about today. I'll be talking about the top 5 ones that I think are the easiest to implement, and they're just like the beginner level. Anyone can do it, and it will change your biology, your physiology in positive ways. There will be no negative downsides to these. They're all positive. And if you want me to cover another episode of the more advanced ones, like glucose monitoring, there's some other gross ones that I won't mention right now, which are beneficial, they're just kind of gross. And then there's also just like testosterone therapy, hormone replacement therapy, steroids, that kind of thing. So I can cover those in the future if you would like me to. But today I'll just be covering the 5 most important ones to change your biology in positive ways and how to do that through those mechanisms, right? So the first one is something that I harp on constantly, and that is sleep. Sleep is going to get the most bang for your buck in terms of trying to hack your biology to improve it. And there's many ways you can do that. So doing that through managing your circadian rhythm. So the time you go to sleep and the time you wake is your circadian rhythm. Your body has a natural clock of when it wants to do that. And if you manage that by getting morning sunlight, evening sunlight, going to bed at the same time, and waking up at the same time, you will regulate all of that and be able to get the most benefits from your sleep. You will have deeper sleeps. You will be able to wake up instantly. I don't know about instantly, like it'll still be a little bit groggy when you get up. You can't really change that. That's just what sleep is, right? But you won't ever feel insanely tired throughout the day because of that, right? And there's a few ways that you can do that as well by improving your sleep. So obviously getting morning sunlight, getting things like blackout curtains. So it's just being able to have curtains which are just going to completely black out the room so you can be in complete darkness. Because being in complete darkness has been shown to just help you sleep so much quicker because there aren't any distractions. You can't look at anything. Your eyes aren't stimulated. That's the main thing that ruins sleep, is your eyes being stimulated, because your eyes being stimulated turns on so many functions in your brain to then not stress the body out, but just it activates all the processes that go on, right? You can also take things like magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate, which is in this, which will help you regulate the magnesium throughout your body and also help you calm down, because those specific strands of magnesium help you calm down and help the body relax. Magnesium is a very key, it's a very key electrolyte that helps the muscles relax throughout the body. So taking those before bed, having blue light blockers when before you go to bed, a few hours before bed, just getting rid of the blue light, which is on your phone, on TV, all that kind of stuff, because that stimulates the brain and it turns on, it gets the brain a little bit more stressed. It'll help you go to sleep faster, it'll help you go to sleep easier, and it'll just help you feel tired so you can sleep. Because I know I've struggled with it before. A lot of people that I know struggle with it. If you are going to bed and you're on your phone and you try to just go to sleep straight away, your brain is still going, your eyes are still kind of activated. I just closed my eyes and did that. Whatever. And the blue light glasses helps you relax, helps you get all of that blue light out. Sorry, I almost burped because of the sparkling water. I did just burp because of the sparkling water. And it helps you calm down. Also, things like an Oura ring helps you track it. So it can track your sleep, or a Whoop, something like that. Because they can roughly estimate when you're getting REM sleep, when your how low your heart rate gets throughout that time. And they're just pretty helpful. Like, I don't really like tracking or measuring sleep, because then I feel like it becomes a performance metric, and you don't want sleep to be a performance thing. You want sleep to be a recovery thing. So if you're trying to get the best sleep possible by beating a score, you're going to stress out about the score. At least that's how I am. I know some people, like one of my mates has one, and he doesn't really think like that sometimes. Like he kind of uses that to regulate how much caffeine he needs the next day, which I think is very, very smart. But that's how you can biohack your sleep to get the most benefits from your sleep. Just those few things. The next thing is hydration. Hydration is a huge thing that you are able to change quickly to get the most benefits, right? Obviously, people think that just drinking a lot of water is hydrating. Water doesn't necessarily hydrate you. Water with electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, calcium, that is what actually hydrates you. It hydrates your muscles, hydrates the brain. So I think the best thing that you can do in the morning is take, as soon as you wake up, a lot of people just reach for a glass of water. That's the great start. But if you just add a few pinches of sea salt to it, or if you have like an electrolyte mix, which is what I do, and put that in the morning and drink that first thing in the morning, that's just going to help you properly hydrate, because you will dehydrate over time when you sleep. So waking up and immediately hydrating will just help you feel revitalized after the sleep and just wake you up and help you feel good for the rest of the day. And then maybe taking a scoop before a workout, or scoop during a workout, scoop after a workout, taking another scoop throughout the day, because I know there are the higher levels of sodium in foods do help, but usually you're not getting the other electrolytes, which are potassium. Oh my God, potassium, calcium, sodium, sorry. And also magnesium technically. But yeah, so monitoring that and just making sure you're getting at least more electrolytes in than you were can help you biohack the hydration levels of your body, help you feel better, help you perform better, less cramps and stuff like that. And also just making sure you're drinking enough fluid throughout the day. Usually it's around 100 ounces, half your body weight in pounds in ounces. So if you're a 200-pound person, 100 ounces of water per day is a good metric to have, which is just like, what, 4-5 water bottles, which is not that much. I can go through that in the first 3 hours of a day and it'll be fine. So doing that can really help you biohack. I'm doing a biohack in a quotations because it's like, it's just improving your health through different mechanisms. It's not really hacking your biology, it's just making your body go, right? But biohacking is a cool term as well. So I get it. It's a buzz term, whatever. And that's all you really need to do about hydration. Just making sure you're actually hydrating and you're not just overfeeding water, basically. The next way is by using different strategies within your nutrition. So a way that you can kind of biohack through your nutrition is, again, I've kind of hopped on it, 80-20-90-10 rule. Just having majority of your food be whole foods, trying to eliminate as many processed foods as you can, because that will interrupt some processes in your body, kind of cause some gut inflammation. And then, as I've talked about before, the gut is very, very vital for a lot of processes in the body. It's very, very important for the gut-brain axis, which is just how you feel, your mood, and how everything just kind of goes smoothly. And other ways you can do it, I know it's not it has been proven to be beneficial. Intermittent fasting, again, all that matters in a day is your total calories, but intermittent fasting has been seen to provide mental clarity, reduce some brain fog within people, and just reduce overall caloric intake in a day. So utilizing intermittent fasting to biohack the body is something that can be done to help you reach your goals faster and to get the most physiological benefits through your nutrition. Also, throwing out just one little thing, you could essentially reduce a lot of inflammation. So hack the inflammation levels in your body by following low inflammatory diets, kind of like the paleo diet or Mediterranean diets. The Mediterranean diet has been seen to be one of the healthiest diets in the world, just because of the amount of healthy fats and just lower carb. Lower carb isn't necessarily the thing that is a lot of people key on that part, but it's actually the higher fat, moderate protein that is so beneficial for the body. It just helps with so many of the body's internal processes that aids in reducing all of the inflammation, because your body's just in such a healthy hormonal state. Like there's just all the hormones are in perfect balance through the olive oil, the olives, the fattier fishes, that kind of stuff. Your body's able to produce every hormone that it needs to make sure that it's healthy. You might not be the leanest person ever, but you will be lean and you will be extremely, extremely healthy. Like Greeks, Italians, all those guys. Beautiful diets, fantastic diets. And then using supplements, you can use things like rhodiola rosea, L-theanine, which is like they're just adaptogens and different kinds of vitamins that help improve performance, help improve endurance, help improve athletic performance, help improve cognitive function, other things like just taking like an iron supplement, magnesium supplement, vitamin D3 and K2, those kinds of things, just taking those in regular doses to not overdosing on those. If you overdose on many of those, you'll probably just pee a lot of it out. But if you go too far, then you will experience negative side effects. The fourth one, movement, daily movement. Daily movement is the king. Movement is king. Movement will fix most problems in your life. I guarantee it. If you just move at some point throughout the day, I'm about to post a video about just getting more steps in a day. If you can, no matter what, it will help you. You will get benefits from getting more steps. Obviously, you don't have to get 30,000 steps in a day, but anything above 8,000, 10,000 will give you so many benefits. You will just get more blood flow through your entire body, better recovery, more active recovery, better digestion, better thought processes, better cognition. You just get touching grass, dude. It's just nice. It's just good for you. Breathing fresh air, not getting stuck in, getting sunlight, that kind of thing is extremely beneficial. Getting movement through your joints in terms of resistance training, or again, walking, doing things like fun forms of cardio, getting the synovial fluid moving and active in your joints to then activate other like muscle growth processes is just fantastic for changing your biology in a positive way. And a big thing of that is doing a lot of zone 2 cardio. Zone 2 cardio has been seen to improve cardiovascular health and just your cardiometabolic demands of the body just drastically. And if you do like the majority of your cardio in zone 2 cardio, you will just be a drastically healthier person. Zone 2 cardio is, I think it's 55 to 65% of your max heart rate. Maybe more than that. I mean, like depending on what website you look at, it's different. But it's just the level of cardio that you can still maintain a conversation where you're breathing a little bit heavier. But if someone's talking to you, you could still talk to them back. So just going on a light jog, a light bike ride, a more intense walk, a little hike maybe, something like that. That form of cardio has been seen to be the most beneficial for the body in terms of longevity. In terms of athletic performance, it still builds your aerobic base pretty heavily, but it won't like make you a faster person, if that makes sense. But the healthier of an individual you are, the harder you have to go in zone 2 cardio. So if you get to a stage, then you will increase some performance aspects. The last one, bit of a controversial one because there is conflicting evidence on it, but that is cold and heat exposure. Cold exposure has been seen to not be that beneficial for the things that people claimed it to be. People claimed it to be fat burning. They claimed it to be better for muscle recovery, muscle growth. That has kind of been debunked. It's actually, for cold exposure especially, it has actually been kind of proven the opposite, that if you do cold exposure after a workout, then it can actually diminish some muscle gains. It can help recovery, but it can diminish the gains, which is not what you really want, but it is anti-inflammatory. It does, sorry, I couldn't think of the word. It is anti-inflammatory, so it does help you reduce inflammation total body, but not target, if that makes sense. You can't target a spot to reduce inflammation, but it will reduce total body inflammation by a small margin. But one thing that kind of can't be rebuked is that it increases your mood and your mental resilience by tenfold. It increases it by so many factors. I think there was a study that said that doing an ice bath in the morning, like pretty close to waking, increases norepinephrine and like adrenaline by like 500%. So it increases your dopamine receptors. It just increases your dopamine, by a huge margin. I can't speak. By a huge margin. By your endorphins just skyrocket. You feel fantastic not too long after. And while you're doing it, you don't want to do it. Your body wants you to get out, and that's why as soon as you do get out, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? So it increases mental resilience. And then you see all the stories about people who take ice baths. You just know that it is real, because I mean, if one person said it, you'd be like, nah. You know the saying, if one person says you stink, you might not stink, but if 10 people say you stink, you probably stink. You know what I mean? So if you are able to do cold water immersion in slight ways to start and then progressively get better and better at it, then you will see drastic increases in your mood and mental resilience. And then you could also pair it with the other one, which is heat exposure, where heat exposure does seem to have more evidence to it's actually just straight beneficial. It increases circulation throughout the body because it increases heart rate, it increases blood flow just throughout the entire body, which helps with recovery. And it also has been seen to help with longevity. Like, there's been multiple studies where if you take people who don't do heat exposure and take people who do heat exposure for like 3 or 4 times a week, maybe like 20 minutes each, that they're actually seen to live longer. Just because of the increased benefits of being able to reduce inflammation, increase circulation, and there's one other thing that I'm forgetting right now. It's probably not that important in terms of that. What is it? Oh, there's something. Oh, it's shown to reduce muscle soreness, but there isn't actually a lot behind that statement. There's been a few studies, but it's not like set in stone proven causation from heat exposure to reduce muscle soreness. So take that one with a grain of salt, but you can also pair both of them to kind of get the benefits of both and just do them all at once and just do 3 minutes of cold exposure, 10 minutes of heat. I think it's a 2-to-1 ratio is usually pretty good of heat to cold. So if you're doing 10 minutes of heat, 5 minutes of cold in total in the session. So that's pretty much all you need to do. But with these biohacking things, I think I've fallen into this trap personally. I've tried to do all of them immediately from the jump, all at once. And you get so burnt out because you're trying to do so many things in one day that it just doesn't work. The sleep one and the hydration one and nutrition one, they're pretty easy to implement. But if you try to do everything too quickly all at once, you'll burn out and you will also just not stick to anything. So my advice with this kind of thing is implement everything slowly and do it one at a time. Get your sleep in check first, do that. Then slowly start to integrate some hydration things, start to integrate some nutrition things, start to integrate some movement things, and then the cold and heat exposure maybe going from 0 times a week to 1 time a week to 2 times a week to 3 times a week to those 3 times a week, increasing the time of each thing. Keep doing that, and then maybe going to 4 times a week, taking the time down, just doing it more times in a day. And then with the nutrition thing, just getting better at it over time. You don't have to go immediately into 90-10, all whole foods, 10%, a little bit of processed foods. You'll burn out. If you just start at 60-40, then go to 70-30, then go to 80-20. Then if you're feeling good at 80-20, stick there. But if you're like, I can dig deeper, 90-20, that kind of thing. And then with hydration, that one comes with time of just learning how your body handles different forms of electrolytes, feeling better off more or less, or you will start to realize after you work out, or if after you do a sauna, or you have a really, really hard workout and you sweat a lot, you might need to take a little bit more electrolytes. On the days where you have rest days, you might have to take a little bit less electrolytes, because if you take too many, then you'll just get maybe a little bit of a headache or something like that. And then just moving every day, whenever you can, slowly increasing your step count, slowly increasing the amount of time you're doing Zo2 cardio, slowly increasing the frequency of when you're doing cardio, slowly increasing the frequency of when you're walking. That kind of thing is outwardly beneficial of just doing small steps on each one to get to a stage where you don't even remember not doing all of them at once. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what the stage that I'm at. Like, I'm in a very good spot personally with all of these things. Not necessarily the cold exposure. I don't like cold exposure for me. Honestly, I feel like I'm decently mentally resilient. I don't really need to do that. I'm pretty happy most of the time. So I do heat exposure as much as I can. just taking hotter showers. That's my heat exposure. There's also a sauna on where, because I'm at the University of Michigan, there's a sauna at North Campus. Might go to there sometimes, every now and then, but yeah. And then nutrition, I'm pretty good on that, like pretty solid 80-20 rule. And then I've been on my hydration for years, so that one's just kind of second nature to me now. And then eventually, all of these things will be second nature to you as well, and you'll feel fantastic. Bada bing, bada boom. You don't have to be Bryan Johnson with this stuff. He's too locked in. He's like taking blood work against his son to see who is actually younger in terms of biological age. Don't need all of that. Just focus on these small things to start, and you will be completely fine. I think I kind of sped through a lot of that, honestly, though. Hopefully it was beneficial, and hopefully I didn't go too far into a lot of these things. But biohacking isn't necessarily something that you need to tell everyone that you're doing. It's just something that can be beneficial for your long-term health. And changing your physiology in positive ways, you don't have to go and change your DNA. You're just going to change some of the processes that go on in your body to live a healthier life. And that's all you need to do. Next week, I should hopefully be talking about nutrition and mental health and stuff like that. But if you have anything else that you want me to talk about, I will be happy to talk about it. Just let me know whatever you want me to do, and I appreciate all the support if you're still here, and if you're still watching the video, I really appreciate all the help and all the support that you've given me. And if you haven't, go follow all the social medias, go like, comment, subscribe to this if you want to. But I'm going to finish this pretty average drink, and then honestly, it's 8:30. I'm getting old, dude, and I'm waking up too early now. I'm getting tired. I'm going to need to go to bed in an hour and a bit, maybe. Probably even less than that. Might just go shower and go to bed. I don't know. But regardless, I love you and I appreciate you. And I will see you next week.